Hey guys, Rob John Webb here, and welcome to episode 2 of the walkthrough guide of the track I released last year on the Slightly Transformed label. Last week, what we did was we worked through the intro of the track and created the build-up, and I showed you how I created the intro rather than having straightforward beats as a DJ-friendly track. It's more of a musical sort of live sounding track. And then we got to this point here where the strings entered. Now basically what we do here is all I've done is I've got the strings and I've got those from within the string ensemble legato within the orchestral strings packs from Ableton. You can use any string, So all it is that, and I've just got the chords of the track, and they play like so. So I've got those, and then what I did here was once the strings entered this section, the beats drop, the kicks drop out, and the bass drops out for as it naturally is, and the guitar drops out, and then the bass reappears here with a different sort of riff there. And it drops out here. It's still got the finger snaps and the congas, and it's got the tambourine still, and the lead. And the synth bass comes back in, more like a question and answer with the riff. But here, the strings have now got an added note at the top. If you can see, they've got another octave added with those high notes to create the build-up and the drama. And I'll go through those in a second. And then they're also backed up by some brass, which is here. So there's the brass and the string. It just sounds so live. And then that's how that transitions over into the next section. So basically, I just got some brass here from the long senso vibrato, which is part of the orchestral brass pack within here, look. And they're called here. And they're brilliant. You can just use them and just create that tiny little bit of excitement, a bit of drama there. So that's what I did with that. And the same with the string. I added a higher layer, look, of the notes D and E. And just added those extra notes on top of the chord so that it creates excitement. And then it gets to this point. This is where the bass, the synth bass, and the lead line are playing question answer. They're telling each other. There's the answer. There's the question. Again, question answer, lead and bass. And the brass is building up. Now the live bass. So then it goes off into a whole different section there, which is a really cool section. And I'll break this down for you now. The bass here, this live bass, comes from within Ableton's bass pack. You go to guitar and bass and clips, and it's this one. And you just drag, that's the African funk bass. You just drag that onto a channel and just play the notes as you wish, so. It's got the velocity on it, so you can slap it and. Brilliant. So that gives off that kind of really live, funky sort of playing, which I just played a basic riff on. Which would have been. However it was, I did it now. But yeah, so that's how you play that bass. You get the muted guitar on top. And then you've got the Rhodes on top as well. So that just those three alone is just enough. And they're a different set of chords now. So we're now into the chord here, which is G, so it's C still, I think. So let's just go down the octaves. It's C minor 7 with a G sharp, and then that goes to a G minor 7 with a C sharp, C root. There we go. So it's a C major with a D root, and then it's C minor 7 with a G sharp root, and then it's a G minor 7 with a C root. Really nice chords. So yeah, so those chords are basically that section there. And then the bass comes in on top of that. So the bass notes are going to be D. So it's going to be like the D and the G sharp. So there you go. Those notes there just twinked around and played around and moved about. I did a lot of messing about with that. And then the string re-enters, which is basically the chords of what we just discussed. But then to create that kind of 80s sort of feeling now, I wanted to add something a little bit more, magical. So basically I got the OXE and the bells sound in here. This is a free VST. This is the OXE FM bell, and it just has that classic 80s sort of synthesized bell. Put that on top of the strings and the pads, the Rhodes. And then on top of that, I decided to add that kind of pitch bent single synth note, which is like, like this, like. And just pitch bent one single note off the worm lead, which comes from the Tyrell, which is that one there. It's a great old vintage synth. It just goes like that. Let's have a look. Pitch bend it. Stick a load of reverb on it, probably. Yep, stick a load of reverb and delay on it. So that works perfectly there. It just gives off that kind of atmospheric sort of. And then on top of that, what happens is when you get halfway through, you want to kind of change things up a bit. So I did a Rhodes solo. So I duplicated the Rhodes channel and created a lead sign. So I've got a lead channel of the Rhodes. Just stabbing the notes. And you put that on top of the Rhodes you've already got. And then you break it. Kind of like with this middle section, when you've got a middle section like this, you want to kind of create a load of drama and have a variety of different sounds going off, but not overcomplicate it. So all I've got is I've just duplicated the Rhodes. I've got the bells, I've got the strings and the guitar still, and the bass guitar. Drums are the same, and I've just got those single notes of the pitch bent synth. That, and then builds up to this point. And that's where you want to break it down so you can have a third section of the track before the outro. And it gives everything just a whole different dynamic, outlook. So what you would do there is you drop all of your instrumentation except your drums and your bass. So it's kind of like a bass solo. And then here it comes, the breakdown. Question and answer again, but with the bass and the Rhodes. Question with the bass, answer with the Rhodes. And now we'll go full circle and bring the original chords back together. And that's how we come back round again. And we use what we've already done at the start to finish the track off. And here comes the lead line again. just builds up again. But what you do, rather than build it all and throw it all back in, which you can do, just go in with your guitar, your bass, and your Rhodes, and then just get rid of everything else and just keep the drums going. And you're kind of finalising it. It's kind of like a build-up. It's like an anticlimax, but it's not. It's still got the power there. And here's another thing that you want to kind of use in your own tracks is on transitions, rather than just leave the kick running, drop it out for 4 and then put a little tiny different riff in there or a little sound effect or something just to give it a different texture all the way throughout. So you've got here, look, you see my kick at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, drop it, and then put the flip in there, and then it goes again. It's exactly the same here as it is here. But then here, and then you drop it out again, and then it's all gone. But you've kept the guitar going and the Rhodes. But what you do, rather than keep the Rhodes going all the chords, take the very first chord from your riff and then open it up and just legato it, just extend it all out so that it just sustains all the way across, so it hangs. Just like that, so that the bass and the guitar then is on the same note as well. Just keep going there. You chop the bass up as well, the guitar up, sorry, of the first chord. And it just plays out. And the Rhodes passes away nicely. And then we go back to drums. And that's it. That's how we would do it. So just a quick recap, really, I suppose, on this for you to look at. The intro. We create the intro, finger snaps, Rhodes, lead line, tambourine. Then it goes up here. We have like a bit of a busy bass line going down. There. Then the drums. And it builds again nicely. The synth comes in, guitar's in. And then the bass comes in and the strings. Drops down. Question and answer with the bass and the lead. Brass. Live bass. Then we have that whole section, and then it goes to just the bass solo. Then a bass question and answer with the Rhodes. And then it comes full circle again, and you're back to the way you originally started with the original set of chords. Build it back up. And then out with the drums and the bass and so forth. So that's just the way I made that record there. I wanted to make something totally different. And I want you guys to take from this all the different elements and aspects and techniques from this track and employ them into your own track so that you're not just doing the same thing. Take little bits of this, even if it's just the brass thing or the strings, you know, or the live African funk bass. Take something from it and adapt it to your own track. You know, try something different. That's what these members only videos are going to be about, is to take all my techniques and, you know, use them at your own will, really, to, you know, explore your own musical journey and curiosities. So that's it, guys. I'll see you next week in another video where we're going to break down another track. Thank you, and any questions or anything, just let me know and I'll help you, you know, no matter what. Thank you and goodbye.